Awesome. So once the underwriter confirms that you are fully approved, then it is on to clear to close. So this is that time period leading up to closing day when everything is getting finalized and prepared before that final closing day meeting. Now, I just want to say, during this time leading up to closing, don't leave town. Keep your phone charged. If your mortgage advisor calls you, don't ghost them because they're going to be wrapping up everything behind the scenes, working with the underwriter, so they may need you to quickly provide some last-minute documentation so that they can keep you moving smoothly along towards final approval. Also, you'll want to keep your finances stable. Maybe try to avoid racking up a bunch of credit card debt. If you go to the appliance store, you probably don't want to open up a retail credit card with them or make any changes that could hurt your credit score before you are fully closed on that home. All right, so now that's out of the way, I want to talk about your closing disclosures. So you should receive your closing disclosures at least 3 business days before closing day. Now, your closing disclosures break down all the costs and give you an exact number of how much you'll be paying as far as down payment and closing costs so that there's no surprise fees that come up on closing day. And I actually have a sample closing disclosure form. This is from the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau's website. The CFPB has a lot of great information there. So check out their website if you want more information on mortgages and home buying. Okay, so I'm just gonna scroll through the sample closing disclosure quickly for now, but in a separate module, I'll make another video that goes into the closing disclosures and the loan estimates in a lot more detail. Okay, so the very first page of the closing disclosure is just going to be breaking down the loan terms. What kind of mortgage are you getting? What's the loan amount, interest rate, monthly principal payment, monthly interest payment, and are there any prepayment penalties with this loan, or does this loan include a balloon payment? Also, are any of these fees subject to change after closing? It also breaks down what you'll be paying each month over the entire life of the loan. From there, you will find your closing cost and cash to close. Pages 2 and 3 of your closing disclosures go into a lot more detail about every last fee and part of the transaction. So it breaks down everything that you pay, everything that the seller may have paid. It really itemizes every last part of the transaction, so it goes into a lot of detail there. Then on page 4 is additional information about the loan. So these include additional loan disclosures, such as what happens if you have a late payment, or what happens if you submit a partial payment. Then on the final page of your closing disclosures, if you sign under where it says confirm receipt, this just shows that you have in fact received the closing disclosures. It's not a commitment on your part to actually accept the terms of your loan. So that's a quick overview of what your closing disclosures will look like. But again, I'll go into more details on both the closing disclosures and the loan estimate in a separate video. Also, leading up to closing day, your mortgage advisor and or realtor should prep you on what to expect. What's that closing day meeting gonna look like? Where are we meeting? Who all is gonna be in the room? How exactly is that final closing day transaction gonna go down? Depending on your state, it may look very different. There might be a title agent and or a settlement agent in the room. Those closing day meetings can look really different just depending on the specific transaction, but your realtor and or mortgage advisor should prepare you on exactly what to expect there. Awesome, so let's move on to step number 9, which is closing day.